Okay, so this is my chicken and spinach biryani dish. Here I'm just scoring this skinless chicken legs and thighs, just so that the spices get deeper into the meat. I put the spices onto the chicken directly. That's some paprika, which is a good substitute for Kashmiri chili powder. There's some coriander seed powder, and then just some all-purpose curry powder and some salt. And then I just rub that in. A lot of people add the spices to a yogurt and then add the chicken pieces, but I think that's silly really, because then the spices, a lot of them are wasted in the yogurt mix, because a lot the yogurt doesn't all go into the dish. It just acts as a tenderizer for the meat. There's just some sunflower oil. Here's some whole spices, some cardamom, some bay leaves, some cloves, and a stick of cinnamon. Some red onions, very finely diced. Some green chili, ginger and garlic. Just mix that around, and then I add some ground up spices, some garam masala, some asafoetida, some turmeric, some red chili powder, some whole cumin seeds, some coriander seed powder, and then I mix that up. And you should really cook out these dry spices to cook out the rawness, but I do add a little bit of water because otherwise they will just burn at the bottom of the pan because there's just so many spices in there. Add some tomato puree, and then some wedges of tomato, and my chicken pieces with most of the yogurt just sort of taken off. Stir that around, and then in with some frozen spinach. Frozen spinach is just a great thing to keep in your freezer, along with frozen peas. I'd say the two best vegetables to have in your freezer. Bit more water, some chicken stock there. That's just the Westerner in me. I don't think the chicken stock was really necessary. And now I add some rice, basmati rice, which I have soaked in water for about an hour. I cook that separately. There's just some fried onions for garnish, which I do drain on kitchen towel. Here I quickly add some of the coriander stalks. I add those to the curry because they can be quite fibrous, but they do still have a lot of flavour. I cook the rice to about 40%. The rest of the cooking happens in the biryani. That's just the first layer, which I level off with a spoon, and then I add some coriander, and then I add the rest of the rice. I added a little bit too much rice, if I'm honest. I think I could have done with half the amount of rice. And there's some saffron which has been soaked in warm water. That's will give it a wonderful fragrant note. And then those caramelized sweet onions there on top. And then I put the lid on and I cook that for about 25 minutes, I think, maybe a little bit longer. But the smell is incredible, and just that you get this top layer, which is almost floral from the saffron, very very perfumed smell. And then you obviously take a layer off the top and then get a piece of chicken from the bottom, and there you can see how flaky it is. Wonderfully cooked chicken. And then I just top it with some roasted almonds, shaved almonds, and some more coriander, and that is it. It's just a showpiece Indian dish.